Over the years, we've seen countless music collaborations, some that got a great reaction, while some did not. But as these were happening, there's also been collaborations that did not happen, ones that got left behind or took a different direction, due to reasons such as artists' busy schedules, the song not making it on the album, the artist changing their mind, or simply bad timing. Now in today's video, I will be discussing canceled collaborations that were considered and even discussed publicly, but ultimately got changed or scrapped. Starting with 10, You'll Never Know by Ariana Grande featuring Demi Lovato. While Ariana and Demi have collaborated on a song, Met Him Last Night, released on Demi's 2021 album, Dancing with the Devil, the artist starting over, which served as the fourth and final single of that era. But before that collaboration, years earlier, there was actually another song that the two were gonna collaborate on, titled You'll Never Know, that was included on Ariana's 2013 debut album, Yours Truly, which Ariana shared this fun fact about Yours Truly with a tweet on October 18, 2013, where she said, "I originally wanted You'll Never Know to be a girl power duet with Demi Lovato, inspired by The Boy Is Mine, hashtag next album maybe." 9. Hey Ma by Pitbull and J Balvin featuring Camila Cabello, a song that first had Pitbull and Romero Santos, with Britney later on joining the song, and it was actually this version that caught the attention of the producers of Fast and the Furious, which they loved. However, for the movie, they wanted a re-recorded version that had J Balvin and Camila Cabello, replacing Romero and Britney, to better align with the film's Cuban setting. When explaining how the song changed in March 2017 in an interview Pitbull did, while saying it was an honor to work with Britney for the first time, he also shared that Britney was a great sport about the change, saying that they could use her part for a remix or they could just collaborate on another song in the future since this one didn't work out. Which another chance did happen the next year in 2018, a collaboration that Pitbull told 103.5 KTU during an interview on Sunday, June 16, that he had a new collaboration with Britney that also included Marc Anthony, but for unknown reasons the song didn't get released either, but it did leak the following year in 2019, which according to Genius the song was called I Feel So Free With You. 8. Wet by Cardi B featuring Beyoncé. While Cardi B was enjoying the success of her hit single Bodak Yellow and working on her debut album, Invasion of Privacy, released in August 2017, rumors about Cardi and Beyoncé collaborating had surfaced during 2017 on October 21st, when Cardi's engineer Ash Bai posted a screenshot on his Instagram story that showed a file under Cardi B Beyoncé demo with a text that he left saying, "Wow, this feature is big." Now at this point, as fans were excited and some media outlets were also speaking about it, nothing was confirmed other than more photos posted on his Instagram story. And seeing how both artists had met on September earlier that year at Made in America Festival over the summer, some suspected that this collaboration may have been true, and maybe at that moment that's when there was discussions about this. Unfortunately, nothing was ever said or released beyond that, which according to lovebscott.com, Ash Bai apologized for the leak, and Cardi ended up denying the collaboration and insisted that she never met her engineer. Fast forward to 2020, Bodak Yellow's producer, Jay White, confirmed that the collaboration was indeed real.
Bro, 3 years ago, I was supposed to have a Beyonce play with, Cardi, and that kind of went sour because it went viral that they was doing a song together, and then that cut out. And this time, the song leaked before the song came out.
Oh, man.
And but listen, that song came out, when I say I sat like this for like 10 minutes. Exactly.
7. The Middle by Marin Morris, Gray, and Zedd. Before Marin Morris was chosen for the song, the track actually went through a journey and was offered to 12 singers. The first one being Demi Lovato, who received the demo in early 2017, who loved the song and even recorded her version of it, but later on decided not to do it since she felt the song was too pop, since at the time she was trying to go for a more soulful and urban direction, as she was getting ready to release her 2017 album Tell Me You Love Me. So the song got pitched to Camila Cabello, and although she did record her version, she decided not to move forward with it, considering it might overshadow the success of her hit single Havana. So then the song was sent to Carly Rae Jepsen, Tove Lo, Bishop Briggs, BB Rexel, Lauren Haregi, Daya, Charlie XCX, Ali King, Ali Di, Lynn and Stella, and Anne Marie, which it seemed that Anne Marie was gonna be the one to release it, since in November of that same year, they even had a release date set for January 6, 2018. But by the next month she was out because Marshmello was going to release a collaboration he had with her in February called Friends, and the label just thought that it would ruin that song's moment. But then in January 2018, Marin Morris came into the picture, the angel that saved us all, stated by Jordan Johnson of the Monsters and Strangers, one of the producers of the song. She had cut her version, which Zed had only heard, and he loved it, right away flew to Nashville to record vocals with her. When the song was finished, everyone loved it, and long last the song finally found its home and became one of the biggest hits of 2018, as well as being one of the biggest songs of the 2010s, nominated for 3 Grammys. 6. Self-Control by BB Rexel featuring Jennifer Lopez. In 2018, BB released her debut album, Expectations, and on that album, there was a song called Self-Control, a song that BB revealed towards the end of that year, in December, on her Instagram story, that there was a version of that song featuring Jennifer, which on the footage that she posted with the shared snippet, she left some text that said, "Bet you didn't know this version existed." So I think it may be possible that this version of Self-Control may have been meant for a single release, or at least that's just my guess. 5. If It Ain't Me by Dua Lipa featuring Normani. In 2020, as Dua Lipa was getting so much success from her album Future Nostalgia, it was during this time that she had teased a possible deluxe edition coming soon, which on May 11, during an episode of Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, when asked if songs that didn't make it on the album would be on the deluxe, such as the one with Miley and Normani, Dua teased about her Normani collaboration.
And then the one with Normani, you might hear soon.
However, even though it did seem that there would be a chance of it being released, when the tracklist was revealed, it showed a solo version of the song would be released instead, leading to fans expressing how unhappy they were online about this decision, especially with already having heard the leaked version that had Normani, which surfaced online back on January 2020. But despite those comments going around online, there was no answer as to why the version with Normani was cut from the project. 4. The Greatest Thing by Cher and Lady Gaga. A song that Lady Gaga and Red One had written together around the Fame session, which they have always loved, and according to Red One in an interview he did with Rumor Fix on September 2011, while speaking about the song, he mentioned that the song was still in its demo stage and they just never got around to finishing it. And it wasn't until a few months before September when Red One's management and Cher's management were in discussions to work together, which led to Red One meeting her as well as playing her some songs, and when he played her The Greatest Thing, she loved it and even said that it was her song. So when Red One reached out to Gaga, she was very happy to hear this news. He then further said while he was in Madrid, Gaga sent him a message about thinking of getting on the song, at least on the remix, which Red One insisted why not just be on the original. Although they were not in the studio together, they did make it work, which you can see right here on some of the tweets that Cher made about the song and how much she loved it. The duet was intended to be on Cher's upcoming 25th studio album and set to be revealed on September, which fans were excited to hear. Even Gaga tweeted on August 23rd her excitement about it, while also reflecting on the moment when Cher presented her the award for Video of the Year at the 2010 MTV VMAs. Who knew a year ago when I was crying in her arms after she gave me an award that today we would record a duet? Cher, you are the greatest. There was even a video MTV released the next day on the 24th where Gaga even spoke about the duet.
Well, I wrote that song a long time ago, and I've never put it on one of my own albums for really no particular reason other than I always write these concept records and it just didn't fit in, but it's always been this like big, massive, beautiful hit record, and everyone always says, why don't you put that on your album? And I said, I don't know, it's not, doesn't fit with everything else. and Cher heard the song and loved it and wanted to do it together. And I said, yeah, it's Cher.
Unfortunately, those plans were cancelled for it to be a single. Fast forward to 2013, besides the song being leaked, this was also the year that Cher released her album, but the song was not on it because Gaga ended up not liking it, which Cher tweeted that same year on January respecting her decision, saying she doesn't like it, she's an artist, it's her song, her voice, her choice. Now, as for why Gaga didn't like it, well, when asked in an interview she did that same year on September on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, she gave an explanation as to why she didn't like it.
I have so much respect for Cher,
Yeah.
and I love Cher so much that when we do a duet that we release, I wanted it to be something that was really, really special, and we didn't have time to work on it together.
Yep.
And I wanted to...
Oh, you recorded it separately?
And I wrote this song a long time ago, and to be fair, if I was writing a song for Cher now, I would want to hear her album, I would want to know where she is in her life, I would want to talk to her about where she's going musically, and I didn't get to do any of those things, so I didn't want to put out something that wasn't up to par with what Cher's put out before. So it's not really about me, it's more about her, because she's Cher.
Right.
Now, before we get to the last three, here's some honorable mentions. BTS and Khalid, a collaboration both mentioned in interviews they did back in 2019, and while it did seem likely that it was gonna happen, those plans ended up getting cancelled, at least for now, since you just never know, they may collaborate in the future. Say My Name by David Guetta, BB Rexha, and J Balvin. Originally, Demi Lovato was going to be on the song with David and Jay, but later on, those plans were scrapped and BB ended up becoming the feature on the song instead. Ratchet by Lady Gaga featuring Azealia Banks, a song Azealia talked about in an interview with Capitol in 2012 that was meant for Gaga's album Art Pop that didn't make the cut. Closer by the Chainsmokers featuring Halsey, which originally was gonna go to Camila Cabello, but those plans ended up not working out, so it went to Halsey. And there was also another song that the Chainsmokers did called Don't Let Me Down that was intended for Rihanna, but her team rejected it, so they ended up going with Daya instead. 3. Let Me Love You by DJ Snake featuring Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez. So before DJ Snake released his album Encore on August 5th, 2016, Selena teased a 2-second snippet of a song on her Snapchat on July 31st, which fans quickly noticed that it was Let Me Love You, leading fans to suspect that this song was maybe meant to be a duet with Justin and Selena before Justin's version was picked to be released instead. DJ Snake also liked a few tweets of fans sharing their thoughts on Selena's snippet, confirming that Selena was indeed singing on the track and that there could possibly be a duet, which according to CelebritySecrets.com, moments later he did unlike those confirming tweets, but he did confirm that Selena did in fact record her version on Twitter. Although nothing else was said about this after his album dropped, on Monday night, August 22nd, DJ Snake shared a snippet on his Snapchat with Selena's voice on the song. 2 years later after that, DJ Snake was asked by a Selena fan account on Instagram if he would ever release Selena's version of the song, which he responded saying that she never finished it. Now, as for why Selena didn't want to be a part of this collaboration, well, fast forward to 2022, in a documentary Selena released titled My Mind and Me, in a clip after her revival tour rehearsal, she mentioned her reason why she didn't want to be a part of it, which she said, "It just sucks too cause like the whole song thing. John called me this morning about the song with Justin and I'm like, when am I just gonna be good enough by myself? When am I gonna be good just by myself, not needing anyone to be associated with?" 2. Bad to You by Ariana Grande featuring Dua Lipa. So back on Wednesday, January 17, 2018, Dua posted 2 photos on Instagram of her and Ariana in the studio that had an angel filter on it. No caption was on it other than peak heart emojis, which left fans thinking that a collaboration was in the works. There was also a fan who noticed that Dua had followed songwriters on Instagram that also worked on Ariana's songs such as One Last Time, Into You, Side to Side, No Tears Left to Cry, and God Is a Woman. Later on in early April, a 15-second snippet of a song called Bad to You had leaked, which got fans even more excited, But unfortunately at the end of 2018, on December 6, during a new episode of Watch What Happens Live, Duo revealed that it was probably not gonna come out.
I love Ari. I love everything she does. I think Thank You Next is amazing. We did do a song together. I don't think it's gonna come out.
I'm sorry to hear.
I think, you know, she's working on a different project. The timing wasn't quite right for me, but maybe in the future we'll get to do something together.
Although the duet did get scrapped, the song did get a release the following year on the 2019 Charlie's Angels movie soundtrack. Now, the version that was released on the soundtrack not only had Ariana, but also featured Nicki Minaj and Normani, which during a Q&A Ariana had on Twitter, when a fan asked if this was the same song that originally featured Dua, she responded saying, "It is. I loved our version so much as well. The timing didn't align with her project, which I'm so very excited for, but they really wanted it for the film, so we gave it a new cast. Mani and Nicki both of course killed it. It would have been fun with all of us, but it's divine." 1. Ocean by Calvin Harris and Miley Cyrus. On Wednesday, May 1st, 2024, Calvin posted a 15-second video on social media of the ocean that had a snippet of a new dance song, which fans quickly noticed that Miley's vocals were featured on it.
For me, we were dancing, we were wild in the ocean, love the way you lay me down.
When a fan asked about the song's release, Calvin responded saying that he wasn't sure. Then moments later on May 3rd, it seemed based on some of Calvin's replies to fans that were asking about the song's release, it appeared that the release was put on hold and it was out of his control. But despite this, Calvin continued to share snippets of the song, which got a great response. Then on Thursday, May 9th, Calvin liked a comment that read, "Release it tomorrow, right in time to get us in the summer mood," which seemed to be his way of saying that the song would be coming out the next day on Friday, May 10th. However, when the day arrived, the song was still not released, leaving fans wondering what had happened and why the song kept getting delayed. A few days later after that, on Saturday night, May 18, Calvin played the song for the first time in Mexico City, which he posted a video when he played it, but still there was no word from him or even Miley about the song's release. Then a few days later, on May 22nd, it was said that Calvin had removed all promo videos of Ocean from all his social media accounts. He left no answer as to why, but it seemed from this point on that the song had been scrapped. And after some time had passed in July that same year, Calvin had only liked a comment that seemed to give us an answer as to what happened, which the comment read, "Guys, Miley's team didn't agree with Ocean. It's over, it's done, it's scrapped." Then the following year in 2025, as fans were still hoping that maybe one day the song would get released, Calvin was asked about it again in a comment in March, and this time he made it very clear that it was over and it was scrapped, responding with, "It's time to let it go." Of course, there are other collaborations that have been cancelled that I did not mention. It will probably be really hard for me to fit it all into one video. My main goal, at least when I was doing this video, is just to focus on collaborations that were cancelled where the artists did talk about it publicly. And even just with these, there's probably even more. These were just some of the ones that I could find. So if you do know any collaborations that were scrapped or changed that were talked about publicly, you can share it down in the comments. But based on what I mentioned, what were your thoughts? Were any of the collaborations I mentioned ones that you wish were officially released, or do you think it was just better that it was, not released? You can share it down below in the comments. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to leave a like and also subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later.